This is the Dude Bros Podcast. This is the Dude Bros Podcast.
There is one dude I follow on social media. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his name, but his thing that he calls himself in English is Simple Man. His English is clearly not his first language. And I'm not sure what all he has. Like, his eyes keep doing this the whole time. Like, they're looking up. I don't know if he's got some sort of...
Something's happening there, yeah.
Right. I don't know if it's from wrestling. From his accent, he's probably one of them hill Russians, that just grow up, wrestling monsters and, just wild dudes, It'll be like him just going into ice water or something, and then...
Good morning, Simple Man. Delicious coffee. Oh yeah.
Coming out and he's cold is good, experience life, simple man. But he always starts out with simple man, like introducing himself to he's like simple man. And then we'll do just a simple man thing, or like roll in the snow shirtless or something, but like while he's holding the phone there. There's something very simple, and it's just a good little thing that he captures. I like that.
There's an innocence about that, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
There's enough people that appreciate that, but he's truly doing, just doing these simple men.
Yeah. It's kind of weird what works now, man. And I hate some of the crap that pops up in my feed. It's just mindless crap.
I'm glad that you said that, because my oldest son asked me a question today, and so whenever he asked me, I try to show him how he can find answers on his own. His question was, like, how do you even know what is trending right now? How do they determine that, Rather than give them, oh, it's the algorithm or something like that. I was like, well, first, I'll show you where you can go to view that. And so we're looking at, global statistics, the top 100 things. I can't even recognize, but 3 or 4 out of them. And the top thing was just this, like, 30-second video, and it's like crude anime characters, here's my fucking sword, here's me. And then, like, the last one, of course, has the hot dog, because there's always the hot dog that they work in. Yeah, that they work in there. 40 million people have watched this, like, hour. What the hell?
But like I said, it's weird the stuff people are clicking on. It's just...
Well, everybody's got their unique stuff. Now everything is so interconnected that there's all these little niche things. Most people's palette is pretty broad, like I might like watching some nature videos here, I might like learning about some space stuff here, maybe I like this trashy reality show here, maybe I'm really into cars, like there's whatever it is, there's all this stuff, but everybody's seeing their very, very isolated version of reality.
I mean, speaking of nature, I'm usually, a lot of the gloom doom crap usually pops up on my feed, but here lately, for whatever reason, it's been a lot of nature stuff, like the cheetahs going and getting the warthog, or one I saw, it's an old video, I've seen it before, but for whatever reason it's coming back around, is the beluga whale that comes up to the fisherman, and he's wearing the harness and all that, and he's like waving to him with their flipper, and repeatedly and he's got the USSR tag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So either he got loose or he was doing something and he's on his way back and he's like, hey buddies, how we doing? But on the other side of that, you see the video of the orca pod that is attacking like sailboats and shit now, like sinking ships, and it's one specific pod of orcas and they're causing a lot of havoc.
Yeah.
So it's just weird what's circulating about.
Well, now you need to wait for another pod to develop so you can have your Bloods and Crips of the oceans.
Well,
they do their little swim-bys,
That's one of the big, I guess, debates about the whole thing, because there's scientists who are obviously studying this particular group of killer whales.
Well, they're very social animals, so I would imagine it's a learned behavior that one whale probably dominated and showed the others of the pod, then they distributed it throughout them, and now they all have it. And
scary, right? You got a school bus attacking your sailboat, and it's a bunch of school buses attacking your sailboat.
Did we ever talk about Chimp Empire? I know I had recommended that to you. But
I love that series.
Yeah, you really get invested in it emotionally,
Right here, yeah. Oh, Man, poor old Porky Pie.
Oh,
Reminded me of a person I've known, like almost down to the freaking T.
yeah. Just I'm not doing this. I'm gonna slink off and go back, and then that's just.
It's like we're on patrol, we're making sure everybody's cool, and we're 3/4 of the way through the patrol, and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go eat some fruit. I'll check you guys later, deuces. Lo and behold,
Yep.
old Porky Pie.
It wasn't just that. You also got to see, like character art, like Jackson. You got me.
I went from top to bottom with him too. I was like in the beginning, I was like, this guy's a dick, and he's just full. And then, you get a couple episodes in with Jackson, you're like, no, I get it. He's cool. He's fine. And then at the end, you're like, oh no, Jackson.
I know you're just like.
Yeah, right here, right here.
Yeah.
It's weird how just the weird stuff will pull you in, though, man. Because I don't have a whole lot of feels for the people anymore, unless it's like kids or the unawares.
Yeah.
But poor Jackson.
Well, I think also, since we're on that subject of the nature documentaries, that whole realm, there's been more and more interest put into it, so therefore more and more money pumped into it. So now the quality, there's storylines that do develop, and you can get emotionally invested. It's not just one single photographer who is willing to put up with the elements and be still for this long and get that little bit of footage here. It's a team of them. It's drones. It's around the clock surveillance. It's things geotagged and knowing exactly where they are.
Look at what Disney's done with. I mean, it's insane. They've got their own platform now, but they literally have a whole. I bet it's a whole floor of freaking Disney that is just for their animal kingdom, and they're following the animals that are there, their care.
Well, Jurassic Park told me that was the lowest viewed one.
Sorry. Yeah, well, I forgot where you totally knocked me off.
Your brain just went straight to chewing Altoids for 50 minutes.
Your turn.
Your turn. Well, on the subject of surveillance unwarranted, a lot of supermarkets, grocery stores rather, like Kroger, for instance, have new departments within the company itself, alternative revenue divisions, and where the premise being a good portion of their profit is coming from these alternative revenue streams, sources, whatever word you want to use for it, i.e. selling customer data, collecting customer data in the stores, monitoring how they look at different stuff, facial expressions as they're doing it. And yeah. And then also on that with Kroger in particular, the all of the digital price displays that they have, that they can change in real time. The prices actually increase when a store has a certain amount of people in it. So the more people in the store, the more the price goes up. That's pretty interesting, right? And also, with the advent of all these more advanced algorithms or AI, if you want to call it that, while they're scanning your faces to package and sell to producers that want to make you that just want to encourage your consuming, we'll say. They are also monitoring how you're behaving. They see your past purchases, they aggregate this, and then they determine the exact price point, the maximum price they can get out of you individually per item. So if you are in an area where no one else is, everything around you will be the price for you and only you.
I wonder if that price changes, due to the particular demographic of people.
That's all factored into there. But that's what I'm saying. They take every individual, because you got to think what people have done by allowing all this surveillance, all these profiles to be built on them by all these companies that then sell that data back and forth to each other. So they have this whole complete package. I mean, they're like, okay, this guy will pay 40 cents more than this person for this, so we'll just leave the 40 cents more price on because they also are 15% more likely to buy this. It's just...
Man, what a world to live in. I thought you were more going towards like the, if you're not a good boy, you're not allowed in the store to even shop kind of deal. Like
oh, no, that'll come.
In Canada during all the stuff when, if you weren't a good boy and doing all things Mr. What's-His-Face said, you can't even
Castro's
get
son?
Yeah. Castro Jr., yeah. spitting image too. There's no, I mean, put it right here, right there. Yeah.
Oh, we'll go a little deeper later.
But yeah, if you weren't a good boy, you weren't even allowed in the store to shop for the food. So
There's a couple places doing that,
Mhm.
and like I said, that's very likely to happen. And so it is actually starting to happen on a small scale. For instance, Trump's had a new statement, and states, local areas that are supporting boycotts or allowing their citizens to have boycotts of Israeli products are not receiving federal funding.
oh, you're not allowed to be anti-Semitic, or
Yeah, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to vote with your dollar as an American.
Oh, the way you're supposed to be able to vote.
Yeah, you're not allowed to use your capital that you've earned through your labor to purchase the goods of your choice.
So,
And it didn't start with him, to be fair. I mean, we can go back through there. I mean, look at all this equity stuff where it's been purposely discriminating different groups, and it's a trend that we've been going on, and people aren't worried about it when it's their group, so they allow it to progress a little bit more, and then it swings the other way, and then that group's finally getting their time, so it swings a little bit more, and the whole time it's just getting more and more authoritarian. But
it's
people
weird,
are happy to win when their side's winning, you know.
But when's the click go when everybody's doing the Spider-Man thing, and then when's the, and then when is the click? What happens when the click happens? That's but I mean, to be
It'll
honest,
be
it's
soon.
already too late.
Click, click, boom.
I mean, Biden was talking about that when he still had his half senses. He was like, you think a bunch of little guys with AR-15s and pistols are going to be able to fight a group of F-15s? Good luck. So I mean, he's not wrong. We don't have fucking tanks.
Here's a fun thought. Do you think you should?
If I wanted one, yes.
But that's anybody else. All these thugs, all these so
That's
you're
cool.
okay.
You can have a tank. I can have a tank. If you're being a dumb shit, me and my buddies with our tanks are going to fuck you up with your tanks, and that's going to be the end of you and your dumbass tanks.
So the issue with that is when you have these subsidized monopolies, these subsidized corporations that are the ones who have aggregated the most wealth. They have the capital to buy all the tanks.
Right.
And there's no tanks for you to buy because you're priced out of the picture. So tanks with price controls, like rent control.
The second part with some of that. Yeah.
Everyone gets
Everybody can have at least one tank.
18th birthday, you get a tank.
So this fucking Labubu stuff.
Pretty creepy.
I mean,
Creeps.
just a little bit of research into that, and it will just. Oh, that pissed me off because I've got a daughter, and she had printed off a picture the other day, and I didn't think anything of it. And it was like a little flower person. She's like, I'm going to color this one next day because she's been having a lot of fun painting and coloring, blah, blah, blah. I'd never even heard of Labubu. Man, it's like, how do I protect my kids from all this shit? It's if you don't know what that is, it's the little demon doll things that are.
Oh yeah.
You're familiar, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I watched The Simpsons before.
Oh yeah. Right. But yeah, that was a bad moment. I had a whole deal at my house with the Labubu run-in. Went to the table, the fucking picture was still sitting there. So I picked up the picture and I went to my wife. I was like, just watch this. And she did the same thing. She's going, because my little girl the past couple days has been asking about Labubu.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think nothing of it, just thought it was. So, I had to do scorched earth, and that was not fun.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of wacky things on that. The person who is in charge of putting it all out, the Pop Mart guy, is I think he's number 10 on China's wealthiest list or whatever. I know his net worth increased like significantly just over the last year.
Oh, I bet.
It's like 40 billion or something like that from these little demon dolls. Okay, so only 21 billion. Only 21 billion.
Only.
Yeah, sorry, I wanted to correct. Then, of course, all kinds of stories about the counterfeit ones and how they're not safe because all these pieces are coming off, so children can be choking on the counterfeit ones. So make sure you're only getting the real ones.
Oh, yeah. Thankful though that my daughter is old enough to understand enough that she understands that it's okay that she can't play with that or have that, and it wasn't a terrible experience, but it was very upsetting to me because I had no idea what this little picture was that's been sitting on the table for 3 days.
Well, how about the Simpsons having that?
Yeah. There's a little different name. Their name was just a little bit different, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But it's Pazuzu.
Mm.
Fun stuff to look into there.
I did. Was not happy.
Mm.
I was not happy. But, it is not surprising because it's everywhere now, man. There's like almost no escaping it unless you're on your own fucking homestead. Do the Amish,
Yeah.
But they're coming after the fucking Amish now.
Well, fun thing with the Amish is they actually, just to be in the clear on YouTube and the U.S. government side, the fairy tale story of Ghislaine Maxwell's alleged scheme and all that, a lot of the people that worked under and were procuring people were actually Amish because a lot of them don't have birth certificates. They're easy to go through there. So a good portion of those females also are enticed by, hey, we'll teach you to be a model, a masseuse, so let's go, And so they're getting pulled out of their Amish thing and then put into that environment.
What a shitty transition. I'm all for Rumspringa, but shit, man. That's... Except for that part, though. They're growing your own food. No microwave in the house.
So I did have other things that I wanted to talk about. Two of the your pop culture trash kind of stuff there, right? So I've started seeing this past week two things very dumb, just to put it plain and simple, but people appearing to be upset about. Artificial, but that artificial stuff does eventually become incendiary from people being very suggestible. First one being clankers, slur for robots and AI. So there's people that are, I lived long enough to hear my first robot slur and stuff like that. So people who are getting upset, say you call a company and it's only AI, you can't interact with the human. I'm just tired of dealing with these clankers, How far are we away from that being a hate crime?
Hey, be careful.
I mean, I don't want to offend them. I would never ever do the egregious act of insulting an AI by calling it a clanker. Other thing is this girl who I didn't know after hearing the controversy. We'll pull the picture. So Sydney Sweeney, do you know who she is?
Do I know who Sydney Sweeney? Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so
I do.
I'm completely out of the loop, completely unaware of that. But there's been the controversy of the blue jean stuff. You're aware of this?
Eugenics.
So, what the hell?
Pretty white girl with blue eyes and blonde hair is doing modeling for American Eagle. It should be different. It should not be
No.
terrible white people doing white people stuff. Oh, and by the way, did you see their stock go through the fucking roof?
Look, dude, first of all, you started off that statement and you were describing a hate crime, so you were just going way too far there. Because, clearly she's a Nazi by doing this radical statement.
Appalled, huh?
If I owned American Eagle, I would be ripping the birds off right now. I would not be supporting that fascist, eugenics promoting brand in any way. I will not be on the wrong side of this one, brother.
But Trump said American Eagle is awesome.
I did see other videos though, like there's a Asian lady in all yellow denim, and she's like, my jeans are yellow, and I didn't know if that was a parody thing. Is that racist? Now, like, I don't even know what the rules are anymore.
I think racism's dumb. And I think usually the people that are talking about racism are the fucking racists.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird how that works. The ones up on the soapbox screaming about all the blah, 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 are the biggest bigoted racists that ever walked in their 6
And that's
foot
color.
circle.
That's color non-exclusive. It doesn't
100%
matter
blue,
which color.
black,
Yeah.
brown, purple,
That's,
green. Do not give a shit. The ones that are out there banging the fucking horns and cowbells and inequality and up. They're the biggest racists walking the face of the planet. The people like the ones who go to work with every shade of the rainbow and talk to them at the water cooler and bring them over to the barbecue. They don't give a shit about any of that. You're just a dude struggling or a chick struggling. Who gives a shit? You are trying to make it the same way I am. It's just bullshit. I don't have a yacht.
you're saying some very dangerous things right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Some very populist things. Some very humans might be inherently. I'm not even going to say anything else.
Have we gone too far?
Okay, let's go back to the Sydney Sweeney thing. So,
Yeah.
I genuinely still don't even know who the hell she is, other than some blonde girl who was in jeans.
She's an upcoming actress.
She's an act. She's not a singer. She's an act. So
I've not heard her sing, but
I
know-
assume she was some pop singer, some Disney pop singer,
I'm not
perhaps.
sure.
You know.
I'm pretty sure she was in like a Netflix series and had a couple sex scenes, so a lot of people saw her almost naked, and they found out she's very attractive, and they just built on that. So she's your new Megan Fox, or she's your new Margot Robbie. She's the new
Poor
eye
girl.
candy for the masses. You know, God knows what's happening to her behind the freaking scenes, but yeah, she looks. When I first saw her, she had like a star in her eye. You know, hopeful,
A twinkle.
a twinkle, and now in everything, pull up that picture right there. She looks dead in behind her eyes. She just looks sad and gone. So
Yeah, she does.
you know what I mean? Just those.
She does look very empty and all these,
Yeah.
like there's almost like there's nothing there.
But yeah, I don't understand the outrage of an advertising commercial. It's almost like it's manufactured for raising stock prices. Oops.
Whatever happened to the good old days where you just put a washed up quarterback in some denim and he went and tossed a football around for 30 seconds?
No, mine was John Madden, all his commercials. And then he had, what is it, Fred Caliendo that did all the fake ones.
I'm excited about the new movie with Nick Cage in it.
Oh, very much
that's
so.
I
I saw,
that's probably the first thing I've genuinely been like.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Not only Nick Cage, but Christian Bale.
That's what I'm saying. Them two together, that's gonna be.
Oh man, that is gonna be. I think I've seen some little things I wasn't supposed to see already, and it's. I think it's gonna be a
Good,
chef's
good,
kiss
good,
if
good,
they
good.
let them make the movie that they need to make, and don't just pull all the good shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If they give us the full movie, I think it's gonna be one of the bangers you were talking about in the Dude Bro Rewind.
That'd be nice.
That would make me very, very happy.
Have you watched Happy Gilmore 2?
Yes, I have.
What were your thoughts?
Unpopular opinion. I like the movie.
Okay. I have not watched it yet. I was going to try to find some time and watch it with my oldest kid. And watch the first one, then watch the second one. Although I've heard that it can kind of be a standalone movie. Although most of it is throwback stuff that you need to fully appreciate it. But
I very
either
much
way, we'll do the full thing.
very much liked it because I liked the first one, but the first movie was not some classic masterpiece. It was a funny, goofy movie then that made you laugh. That's what this one was. And I found the first time I watched it, I had a little glass of whiskey, watched the whole deal so I could chuckle a little bit, and I laughed the entire movie.
Hmm.
The ending was kind of, and there was a little, if you can get past the first few minutes,
You're all about endings just souring an experience
you
for
gotta
you.
have the movie's gotta make sense, okay? You can't end it because somebody's riding in on a pink pony and there's a unicorn in the background for no. No, that's stupid.
I like some open-ended stuff. I don't like when they're obviously setting you up for the next thing, but it's nice to not always have it buttoned up to leave you some room to think. I mean, you got like your classic Blade Runner, for instance. You know, to this day, do android dream of electric sheep? You know, I don't know.
But anyway, Happy Gilmore 2. Did enjoy it, but I like golf. You know, I like some golfers now. I haven't always been a golf fan. I used to think it was stupid, and the people that played it were stupid, and it was a stupid sport. But I played
You like
golf.
John Daly?
Oh, I love John Daly.
I get like a video of him that I'll watch every few days or so of him just being, you know, John Daly.
He's the antithesis of what a stand-up professional golfer is supposed to be, and I fucking love that.
He is just a bro. Every
He is
video
a
is him
bro,
just
dude.
chugging
Yes,
vodka and
he's-
beer.
Beer and cigarettes and the Diet Cokes, and then he goes out there and shoots a 67 because he's barefoot and doesn't care.
Yeah, there was one. He gets off. He drives up on the golf course. He steps out, and then he opens up like a Miller Lite, you know, some trash beer, and drinks about half of it. Then he pulls out a cigarette, lights it, and he takes a drag. And then as he exhales, he's like, "All right, what's the record here?" And I'm ready. You know, that's what he.
He did that on a course that's pretty local to here very recently, and was barefoot also. And he pulled up in like the Rolls Royce golf cart.
Of course.
And the front is his cooler with his beer in it, and his back is. It's just a dude, man. I dig it, and he was a badass for a while as far as the golf world was concerned.
And now he's a character, but
Very much
I mean
so.
that's his revenue, that's his life, and
Well, I mean,
there's worse characters to be for sure.
Hooters made him a mega millionaire, so it's fine.
You remember when they had an airline for a little bit?
Sure did.
The things that have existed.
Man, that had to have been a fun deal. Being sponsored by Hooters as a bro dude in your heyday.
I've never been about that. I'm a food guy all the way.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if I'm on if I was on the Hooters there,
Oh,
there's no way they have to have wings. If you don't have wings worked into this equation, your airline is a failure. That's probably why they failed. People getting there and then realizing that they can't get wings and like this is no.
Dude, I would have been ruined on tour. I would have made it a year, and I would have gained 85 pounds from all the fucking free chicken wings.
The
had them on
pilots
like a
become
tab.
South Park characters. Just barely touch the joysticks. Just got like their finger on the tip of it over their belly.
Bathroom.
Wages. Girl in orange shorts comes with a 5-gallon bucket.
Oh, that's a good pooper dear.
Oh, God. But yeah, I couldn't have been sponsored by them. I've been fat and divorced. That would not have worked out. Yeah, so. But yeah, good for him. Dude, bro. Yeah, I bet he had a very interesting, fun life. Sure, he had some hard times, but yeah, I actually remember him talking about when he was one of the hottest golfers around, and right after he won, I think it was the Masters or whatever it was, he got approached by some, less than reputable people, and
Okay.
offered a very large amount of money to throw the next tournament. And he told them to go fuck themselves, basically, or at least that's what he said. And I'm inclined to believe that because I feel like at that point he had plenty of money. He didn't need, another $1 million because it wasn't going to change his life or anything. So I like to think he maintained his integrity in that way. Today I saw a headline that Israel has decided that instead of just we're going to take out Hamas. Well, we're actually just going to, this is all ours now. We're going to occupy everything, Palestine, Gaza, all of this is ours now. And
Well, they've been talking about the Greater Israel movement for a while. The map is literally posted up there. It's this part of Iraq. We'll take Syria.
Turkey.
We'll leave Kuwait though. Kuwait, you got your own thing. But we are going to connect over there to that water. So everything else, and we're just here. We'll go take a little bit of Egypt too while we're at it. I mean,
But it's on CNN now, so. But still, nothing is just like, oh, no. What really was disconcerting is they had like the number of casualties or the ones, the number that they're recording. It's like 70,000 people have died. 35,000 of these people are children. And last I checked, there was only like, 40,000 claimed Hamas members, like entirety of the world.
well, they're recruiting pretty heavily.
I bet. That's a way to fucking radicalize a people.
Yeah, if 90% of the people you know get murdered,
Right. You like going to the food camp and they shoot you. Or you're going to the water camp and they shoot you. Or you try to get to the emergency place and they shoot you.
after you're shot, you go to get help, they shoot you.
It's, you almost have to laugh from, not throwing up, but it's just disgusting.
I do hate the fact that one, all the Christian settlements and churches have been getting hit, and then yesterday I saw, just an aid station getting hit. Like there's no reason for that, and you can't even say it's because there's Hamas people hiding in there, because those are international, non-governmental organizations, volunteers usually, people going there to just try to help people, Doctors Without Borders.
And they're being massacred.
It's no fun, no bueno.
I just don't understand how that. I mean, basically every other country on the planet is saying, "Hey, they're genocide. They're doing. Are you seeing the genocide? They're killing all of the Muslims."
Well, we're gonna slap tariffs on everybody that's saying that. Saw the latest one on India, I think, or
oh yeah, they're buying that bad Russian oil. We can't be having that. 35%.
You mean the country right next to them that has a direct pipeline?
That one, yeah, that one. They need to buy our oil, okay?
America.
Number 1, USA.
On that note, there is a man that I've been in contact with who has developed a invention, if you will, a machine that converts plastic into a gas, then it liquefies into what he calls plasticine, which is a gasoline alternative. And it's been sent off and tested, and it is actually more efficient and more pure than the gasoline you're getting out of the pumps there and putting into your car. And this is coming from just stuff that people are throwing away right now.
So it's better than like unleaded 87.
Absolutely. And the thing is, he's actually been trying to, promote his stuff, get around a little bit. He's obviously gotten a lot of scary stuff, threats, all of his phones and whatnot being hacked, stuff getting messed with, people intimidating him, and he's trying to move around a lot and go different places. Like, he was on the West Coast not too long ago, and was actually in Washington and Oregon meeting with some of the, more liberal mayors and stuff there, but trying to get them to use that plasticine as their alternative fuel sources rather than trying to do all these other things or buy all these solar panels they're putting on their garbage trucks and stuff and whatnot.
Very clean burning. An hour and 30 minutes in, the back is even hotter and the middle is hot, so we can turn off the second magnetron. So now we only have 4 out of 6 magnetrons on. And we are now operating at 6,900 watts.
He needs to be protected, because I've seen this movie a bunch of times.
Yeah, all of his social media, all that stuff, it's Nature Jab, JAB being his initials, not jab, like a syringe or whatever. He had to go under the radar for a little bit every now and then to be safe, as it were, but
I would hope he has
still
a
kicking.
switch of the dead man variety somewhere with all of his knowledge placed.
Yeah.
Because that's a game changer in the right hands,
100%.
So that would, boy.
Like I said, that's information that absolutely needs to be protected.
Mm-hmm. And not patented and locked away because...
Yeah, not
no,
black
no,
shelf.
no, not for you. No, you buy this oil good.
Hey, we've got a lot of oil in the United States.
We got a lot of fucking plastic, too. In the ocean, all that stuff in the ocean just floating around.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am very much against all stuff that is assaulting nature in all the aspects. I'm not a person who's going to ever litter or anything at all like that. But what's more concerning than that in the ocean is where I'm looking at these smaller ecosystems, but where it's particularly in Indonesia and a lot of Southeast Asia, where you have entire waterways and rivers that are just trash chutes now, basically, where there's there is no wildlife. It's
Right.
literally it's
Like the aerial photo, you can see that, and then he goes into the big water, and it's just
it's just sad. That breaks my heart. My man, he's down in the Amazon right now. He's basically made his whole life mission to be, I'm going to preserve as much of the rainforest as I can.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing. Has the social media stuff to try to get attention on his issue. The real deal, fully invested into all that. So
he had a big thing on. They were what was it they were planning?
they're clear cutting stuff. One to do quick palm tree stuff for palm oil or for cattle land, like all these various things. And also there's some very, very good lumber that you can use from these trees, but these trees take hundreds of years to grow, and these trees house all these different types of species. Like it's one single tree is its own ecosystem.
Right.
So much life is dependent on it. But yeah, it's
a shame.
A lot of these things where nature's just being destroyed, including the humans. I will say humans as part of nature.
Well, we're organism, yes.
For now. See that Peter Thiel thing where they were interviewing him, and they're just asking him basic question like, do you think humans, should exist? And he's just like, like the answer is yes. There's no hesitation.
Super easy answer, right?
Like,
yeah.
Well, transhumanism.
It was like when Zuckernuts was on there. Oh God, man, that was hard to watch.
I think everyone's got their underground. It's just a little bunker, just a little doomsday bunker. He actually just bought. I don't want to say the wrong number, but hundreds more acres of land in Hawaii. Just been
Malibu?
Well, no, this parcel was actually on a different island. There's on Kauai. It actually was through a shell company that was owned by another shell company that were created just to acquire real estate on the Hawaiian Islands. But somebody recently uncovered that and then published that up so you could look at it and see that, it was Zuckerberg that purchased this.
Yeah.
Wait, do you really figure out Harry Potter?
Hey, it's coming back around. They're getting that next generation tied in. I heard they just started filming. I was a victim of Harry Potter. I
was a victim. I was a victim of Harry
Show me on
Potter.
the doll where the Harry Potter touched you. It was everywhere. Right here in my heart too, though.
I was a victim of Harry. I was a victim of Harry Potter. I think that's got to be a T-shirt.
I mean,
I was a victim of Harry Potter.
I've got a handful of movies we like, and Harry Potter was the one I watched. My kids got Toy Story.
First one, OG.
Second.
Okay.
I really like 2. I mean, as far as like sequels go for those kind of movies, that's probably one of the best sequels that they pumped out.
Well, Toy Story was always written for older
Adults,
people.
sure.
Yeah. Something.
Who doesn't love Buzz Lightyear? I mean, come on.
Tim Allen, big fan.
My favorite picture of him is right before he got famous. He was a cocaine smuggler and got busted. I think it was in Arizona with a couple kilos. He was heading, for the drop, and his mugshot.
Well, he did stand-up comedy, and that was his cover though for moving cocaine.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
He didn't really focus on it until after he got in trouble. It's fun stuff, right?
I guess I'll practice on this while I'm in jail.
Yeah. Shit, I might as well put a little more effort into my cover. It might work better next time. What if that was it? What if it turned out that, like, okay, one, people, the drug trade is the CIA. People pretty much accept that, right? But what if the big conspiracy of it all is it's really been Tim Allen, and he just perfected his craft? He's had like a million sitcoms, it seems, where it's him with this wife and then the daughters and the sons and all that stuff. But what if all of this and his stand-up comedy, then his TVs, and then his movies have all just been elaborate fronts for his drug empire? Because he had to take like Wild Hogs or something like that, some of these B films and stuff. maybe the money that he made from that was all just laundered money. He had to figure out a way to get another, a cool 200 mil in this way or that way. And so
Hot take.
Fun take.
That's fun.
Fun take.
But yeah, he was 100% a smuggler. I mean,
Oh yeah, that's not
and
up
next
for
thing
debate.
you know, he's Santa Claus, and I watch him every year.
He was Santa Claus a couple times.
But I think he's still Santa Claus. Didn't they just do?
Oh, they're still
series?
Clausing?
Yeah, it's like the Santa Clauses, the series now.
Santa Claus 8, the Ocho.
They're there. I mean, they're gonna make those until he dies, and then they're gonna make him again, and then keep making them.
I think without a doubt, we'll see him make an appearance at like Times Square or something in the Santa Claus get up,
Macy's Day Parade
Yeah.
actually be in the deal.
And that might be to like revive his career after something bad happens, or maybe he's just promoting, after a couple year break, Santa Claus 20 or whatever the hell comes out. But
I don't know, man.
I could see him doing that for sure.
I think there's going to be a group of people that will always be willing to watch that man be Santa Claus. So
I think there's a group of people that are just going to always watch him. Because like I said, it seemed like every few years I would just, because, I don't really watch TV or anything like that. But you get exposure when you're, in a hospital or a public place where they have TV on it.
Right.
It would seem like every few years I'd be sitting in the lobby and it'd be him as the dad in a different family, And I'm like, how many shows does this guy do,
But he's the same character in all.
Yeah, that's
shows.
what I'm saying. It's the same
just
dad.
Him, yeah.
Matter of fact, there was, I want to say it's Last Man Standing. He's got like a Bass Pro Shop kind of thing going on there that he works at or owns or co-owns or something.
I'm with you, yeah.
And they had the neighbor that there was some issue with because of some construction gig or whatever. The neighbor turned out to be Jill, his wife from Home Improvement, just happens to be there. And her son was Randy, like from the show too. Like, so yeah, I was like, what is this? But for someone who's not been watching this and following this, I truly didn't know. I was like, is this a Home Improvement spinoff, or a continuation? But then
Basically, yeah.
I was like, so they must have got divorced, and then this is his second wife, and But then why doesn't he know his son? Why are they acting like that?
Where's Wilson?
Yeah, very confusing for me. What a life he's had. He's done a lot of stuff, had a lot of cool experiences. Seems like he's had fun.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt there. He's definitely had an interesting life.
Definitely the Buzz Lightyear, though, is probably most iconic. I mean, Home Improvement, I guess, for my time frame. But probably, if we're being realistic, Buzz Lightyear is probably his most known character, most known thing, most used stuff,
I don't know. Santa Claus is pretty.
Yeah, but Buzz Lightyear is planetary. Global. Well, actually, Buzz is intergalactic, so. If we're being real, that's...
I think there can be an argument made both ways, but I don't think there's a number 3. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, 3 would have to be the Home Improvement character, probably, I guess.
I think there's a big jump there.
Sure.
So. Okay. We'll agree to disagree on this one.
Good stuff either way. I don't even... How did we get going on Tim Allen?
Labubu.
Okay.
Sorry. I don't think he's promoting that particular.
That would be a fun episode, though.
Man.
What's inside this?
Pulls the microphone out, pulls the camera.
Yeah.
Or would he supercharge the Labubu, I gave my Labubu an actual flamethrower or something, like makes it truly demonic.
Saw blade.
He creates the actual one that then messes stuff up. Oh, on the subject of demonic evil dolls, you saw the Annabelle doll,
Matt Rife.
Yeah, the guy traveling around with it and all that.
Ownership or guardian now has sole ownership and guardianship of the entity and doll person thing.
Well, I think he bought the whole museum because it was the Wilson family or Wilkins family. I'll edit that in if it's wrong or whatever. They had basically their little shop of horrors, their museum, all the stuff that goes in there. And that basket case bought it all.
I didn't know if I wanted to bring that up because typically the people that are involved with that estate and a lot of the things that are in that estate, they don't, they either get super duper popular or they get super duper unalived. So I hope the kid makes good decisions. But
Well, I'd say if it's people who are making like occult deals or whatnot, I think he's already made his.
seems to be.
Because he's not talented.
And for whatever reason, girls think he's pretty. He looks like a nerd.
He had so much work done to his face. Did you see him when he was all ballooned up and everything? Jeez, boy.
The things you'll do, I swear.
When people do that, that's mental stuff, you know. That's an issue. You need to get some help, brother. You don't need to be injecting chemicals or Ozempic.
Ooh,
Wegovy.
The pandemic of Ozempic.
You've seen all this stuff with like eyes literally rotting in the skull. Yeah, because you know what the basis is, like what it is you're injecting, what it is you're putting into your body, right?
I don't do that, so I haven't really looked into that particular one.
It's the venom from these like Gila monsters. Very toxic.
The lizard?
Yeah, it's more potent than like Western diamondback rattlesnake.
No, very familiar with the lizard. Yeah.
So that's what's in Ozempic and Wegovy. Let's just to frame it like this. I don't think that you have diabetes. I don't think that you're overweight. I don't think that you're having whatever issues from a lack of Gila venom in your diet. You know, I don't think your body's saying we need more of that venom. That's what you're lacking. You have a venom deficiency. But yeah, the eyeballs rotting in the socket, like literally starting to rot in the socket. That was one that was flag for me.
The more you know.
Well, I mean, the man behind it, Martin Shkreli or whatever, that's the one who made you remember the EpiPens jump up like 10,000% in profit or whatever? That's him. That's his new thing. And I knew about this long before it became a trendy or popular thing. The first place that he actually promoted it was on Legion of Skanks. Are you familiar with that? It's like Big J. Okerson, Louis J. Gomez, kind of we'll say edgier, like that kind of forced edginess comedy kind of stuff, East Coast comedy.
Okay.
And they actually had Shane Gillis on as a guest for their Skank Fest. They have the podcast and Skank Fest where all their Skank fans come there and do their not quite Juggalo stuff, you know, but basically a step below Juggalos is the Skanks. But he was there, and then also Martin Shkreli was another guest that was there. And they're fun clips from that stuff, because especially but he was saying this is going to be the next big thing. It's this weight loss drug. It cures diabetes. It cures this. It cures that. It's this what we're going to promote out. That's going to be big, you know, buy-in now. And they're all going through there. But then Shane Gillis tried to get him with I'm just saying, man, didn't you jack up the price, you know, like calling him out on that stuff? Uh-huh. And he was like, don't you think that that was wrong? And he was like, well, no, it's just basically just like completely not, wow. That's supply and demand, you know, whatever.
Yeah, let's trust that guy.
Yeah, I'll put that clip up if I can get away with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've actually seen several different documentaries where they talk about that lizard, and if it bites you, you're basically fucked. And it's, wow. So they're farming these bastards somewhere and getting the venom and sticking them in your pen, and you're sticking it in your belly, and that's what's making you get skinny. I know a lot of people that take that shit. Yeah,
people just want to take the shortcuts, though.
Me, myself, I don't mind being a little, you know, I'll keep a spare tire. It's good for the winter when things get thin.
It's good for the winter.
I'm just saying, I've been a bigger fellow most of my life. I was real skinny at one point, didn't like it. I was really fucking fat at one point, didn't like it. Somewhere in the middle, I'm good. So, and as far as the way I look, I'm married. I got a lot of kids. Impressing people days are...
How romantic.
But yeah, no, I never got the whole let's go get surgery thing, let me take a pill thing, let me inject something in my body every day thing. I never, you know, if you are that worried about how big you are, eat half as much every day and do that for a month and see what happens. You would be absolutely thoroughly shocked if you just eat half for a month and watch what happens to your body. And if that doesn't work, then maybe you got something wrong. But if it does, keep doing that for another 2 months and watch what happens.
Small incremental changes could be...
God bless.
They have exponential benefits.
If you're fat, stop eating so much.
Radical radical hot take.
I don't know where it is that you're like, I would rather somebody slice my body open, cut parts of it out, or wrap parts of it up, or, there's several different procedures, the lap band.
Because it's perceived as being an immediate fix.
But I've seen the bad side. I've seen people losing their hair, losing their teeth.
And at this point, there's so much out there that is the bad, so much documented. It's like celebrities, people that are.
Right.
It's not just, this one person. It's, all these people. You've seen these famous people. Like, you've got so many examples across the socioeconomic strata,
It's just like growing trees. When you skip the natural way of things and you take shortcuts, that timber's not as strong. You know what I mean? I worked in a lumber mill for a while. We would have old cut trees come through every once in a while, and they could not fucking peel them because they were much better than the white pines that they were getting from somewhere else. You know what I mean? There's just something to be said about cheating, or cheating's not fair, but taking the shortcut. It's I understand if there's something wrong with your body, or you can't process. There's lots of stuff that can be medically wrong with you where you need to do this, that.
Right.
But I would say, at least half of the time, you just need to stop eating so much. That's just
eat less, move more. Forwards.
That's take a walk before you go to bed, and don't eat the cake at midnight. It's just.
But I want my midnight food.
I get it. I have the belly. I have to tell myself no some nights, and I do. But some nights I give in. But the people that are every night, every day, all the time. Well,
it becomes an addiction. It becomes a habit.
Sugar is very addictive, and it's more addictive than cocaine, and people don't understand that. Once your sugar is hooked into you, coming off that shit is hard. It's just.
Well, think children start out with that. How much sugar do children have in their toddler stage?
Right.
Or especially if you're giving them even like formula that has a bunch of added sugar in it. You're
Especially
literally.
if it's American formula.
Yeah. Yeah, get something foreign.
European.
At least get Kendamil or something,
Or do the boobies. Very fortunate. My wifey had the very nice boobies. She make them little.
Yeah, I always advocate breastfeeding when you can. I mean, it's got so many benefits. It's
Very
good.
much so.
Matter of fact, the formula. Well, we won't go into the whole breast formula conspiracy stuff. To very bad stuff.
Yeah.
Very bad stuff.
But I think that stems into people not having as much willpower, not as much self-control, not as much discipline. There's a lot to be said about all those things. And I'm not telling you to be some Jedi Knight, 100%. Cut everything out, just eat wheat and freaking barley. I don't do that. I can't advocate for that. If you're doing that, awesome. Letting your kid eat sugar all day, every day, that's bad parenting. It's just not, that's like child abuse. You're making your kid sick.
Well, a lot of people see it as, I'm quieting down this noise. This child's unhappy. I give him the snack, he's happy. I give him the snack, he's happy. I give him the snack, he's happy,
Yeah.
Instead of you're just spiking that blood sugar, spike. You're making them dependent on the children need to be a little hungry. They need to, I'm not saying to starve a child, but I'm saying they need to be able to understand. They need to be able to eat a meal. They need to not have a snack every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes.
Try the natural stuff first before you start cutting and slicing and all that jazz, man. No, that shit's expensive.
Yeah.
You know how expensive it is I've had friends do that, and, well, not friends, I know people, and I will say I've had a friend that had their partner do that, and it is expensive, dude. I'd rather go on a diet and spend less money on food, or maybe even a little bit more because I'm buying better food, than get hacked on. That is just, I don't like doctors to start with. I definitely don't want to go to sleep and somebody slice me open. You know what I mean? That's no thank you.
There's all kinds of weird stuff with that. Like to be aware, have my faculties about me. I can't quite do the old man's whistle and sonny. Don't understand it, but such is life.
Indeed.
Anything else to report there?
Labubu bad. Don't let your kids play with that shit.
It's crazy to think that you can have a company putting out this plush doll, surveillance devices definitely in some of them, but you become the 10th wealthiest man in the most populous country on the planet in 1 year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Non-coincidental. That doesn't happen just cause. That's a lot of money.
And I mean, that's obviously, like the It toy or whatever. But think the person who made the Furby, the person who made Tickle Me Elmo, they didn't become the 10th wealthiest fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
You don't even know their name. They got paid their salary from Mattel,
Oh yeah, they got paid.
They probably got a Christmas bonus.
They're not on that Forbes deal. That's we were talking about all the little grocery stores buying and selling the information.
Alternative revenue streams.
Well, this doll costs $45, but guess what? I'm going to make $3,000 off the kids' information. Oh hell, I don't have a clue how much they cost.
I want to say they're either like $10 or $15. It's something right around there.
He's going to sell a billion of them.
But they're blind box models, meaning you don't know what you're getting each time.
So it's a surprise when you open
it?
Oh,
and the people, I think I saw one that was like $145,000. Someone just paid for it. So I mean, like, there's a wide range of what you're getting there. And of course you got all the crazed collectors, just like people with the Funko Pops,
That is just insanity.
Didn't Jeff Foxworthy have that joke? It was like, redneck people, they invest their savings in commemorative plates.
Yeah.
Like,
that's Earnhardt right there. Yeah.
That's good money. Because I haven't really seen that going around much anymore, so I guess those investments fizzled out.
I don't know, man. I know he's a billionaire.
Well, I'm talking about the plates. You don't see plates really sold anywhere.
Is QVC still a thing?
Well, I think that trend kind of died out in the 90s.
Is Lori still running that?
It does amaze me how many shopping channels there are. That's always amazed me, how there can be such a variety of just nonstop, here's a bracelet, here's a bracelet, here's a necklace, here's a necklace, here's a purse, here's a purse. Yeah.
Sold out, completely gone.
Who are the people watching this?
Meemaws.
But why?
Because their
go
family
watch
doesn't
Matlock.
Take care of, no. That's their attention. That's them getting to talk to a nice lady on the phone.
That's horrible.
Isn't it? People just. That's another thing, man. That's another reason why society's going to shit. If you want to have a wife and regular kids in your own house, that's a little radical there. We need to put you on a list. You need to live in a little tiny apartment, and you need to get a dog.
Well, even the designs of all these government housing, like all Section 8 housing, across the planet, they're all the same format, and it's all there because it's supposed to be subconsciously dehumanizing, taking away your independence, taking away your sovereignty, not allowing you to have the personal space. That's why you open up the door, you're immediately in there. There's no separation. It goes straight into the next thing. There's no ways to really have privacy or separate areas. It's made so that authority figures can open up and immediately be exposed to everything.
Right. Yeah, I saw the plans for Newsom's new development for all the places that burned down with those wildfires.
He is the most comic book villain looking motherfucker out there.
Right?
Just.
It's not even. Oh man.
He was at I think Katy Perry's latest show, and they were showing him ogling over her while she's doing some questionable ritual thing on stage with horns and whatnot.
Yeah. Was that before or after her date with Trudeau?
He's a big fan.
I bet he is. Yeah, they had dinner apparently. She's got a couple songs about the magic she does. Yeah, it's funny.
Dark Horse. That's a very, very in your face.
So you wanna play with magic?
Yeah, let's play this frame by frame, and we'll have a 3-hour dissection of it.
The whole channel podcast, just that episode. Yeah.
Wild. That's a good way to wrap it up. So we talked about the mumble rappers before, right? No. So we're on the next stage of that. I'm gonna make an amendment and correct myself because I said I don't think we're going any lower. I think we've just hit the bottom and are scraping. So you've probably seen this guy that they're trying to promote up, Druski, hip hop associated, somehow linked to Shane Gillis, face out of nowhere. Now he's on the ESPYs, whatever, all that on there. So reality show where he's basically, people come and audition before him because they want to have their little hip hop career, and he gives them a contract that they sign or not. So you get to showcase different things. So this one guy is from Baltimore and has invented his own language. Did you see where he came before the Druski thing or whatever?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you folks enjoy. We'll end it with that. Yeah.
Two bros.
Are you from America?
I'm from Baltimore, but goo high, jickle yang on a heavy goo now, but dang. You know what I'm saying? I just came through and changed the game, goo. It's a new smithsminium, it's a new beginning, big bipple yip snip. To my you, do now, but dang. To the jickle yow, do now, snip bang. They know how I'm airman and gearman.
The dude going up before there and the Druski character, like, genuinely not knowing what the fuck is going on and, like, repeatedly telling him, I have no idea what the fuck you're doing. And the guy just, like, keeps going on so much that he's finally just, all right, just sign the fucking contract, dude. I don't give a fuck. Whatever the fuck.
I've also seen the clip of the dude coming up to Druski, and oh god, it was something. I hope it wasn't satire, but it probably wasn't. And he was like, "You taking any ass?" It's like, "How much that contract?" He said, "You can find out." It's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Sign here." It's like, "I'll meet you in the back in a minute." And he just walks off. He's like, "All right, bet." Pretty sure he's got some songs out now. I don't know.
I'm done. I'm done with this.
Pull that clip up. It's
I'm done.